Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the lush green hills of northern Thailand, lived a young woman named Molly. She resided in a tiny shack on her parents' rice paddy, which had been her home since she was a child. Though she came from a poor background, Molly was known throughout the village for her bright spirit, gentle nature, and her beautiful singing voice, which could be heard echoing through the fields as she worked. Molly's family had always been devout Buddhists, and she found comfort and guidance in the teachings of the Dharma. She practiced meditation regularly, often at dawn, sitting beneath the shade of a Bodhi tree near her home. This practice brought her a sense of peace and clarity, helping her navigate the challenges of life. Molly loved the rice paddies that had sustained her family for generations, but she knew that the changing climate was affecting the village. The rains were less predictable, sometimes coming late or not at all, and the sun was hotter than it used to be. The once abundant fields were becoming harder to cultivate, and her family struggled to make ends meet. Molly's family had faced numerous challenges due to the changing climate, from prolonged droughts to sudden storms. The rice paddies, once fertile and predictable, now faced unpredictable weather patterns that made planting and harvesting a challenge. These changes affected not only her family's livelihood, but also the entire village's way of life. Molly was determined to find solutions and help her community adapt to these changes. In response to these challenges, Molly took it upon herself to learn more about sustainable agriculture and innovative farming practices. She attended workshops in nearby towns where she discovered new methods such as rainwater harvesting and crop rotation to improve soil health and water conservation. She shared these ideas with her family and fellow villagers, hoping to make a positive impact on their lives. Despite her efforts, Molly knew that the fight against climate change required more than just local solutions. She felt a calling to raise awareness about the issue and advocate for broader change. Molly began to organize community meetings to discuss the impact of climate change on their village and brainstorm ways to adapt. Her passion and determination inspired others to join her cause, and together, they began to work towards a more sustainable future. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the mountains and cast a golden hue over the village, Molly heard the faint sound of drums echoing through the hills. Curious, she followed the sound, leaving the rice paddies behind. As she walked through the trees, she came upon a clearing where a group of people were performing a traditional dance. Their colorful costumes swirled in the evening light, and Molly was mesmerized by their graceful movements. As she watched, a young man with a regal bearing caught her eye. He was dressed in fine silks and seemed to be the leader of the group. Their eyes met, and Molly felt a strange sense of familiarity, as if she had known him all her life. Intrigued, she stayed to watch the performance, and when it ended, the young man approached her. "Your name is Molly, isn't it?" he asked, his voice gentle and kind. Molly nodded, surprised that he knew her name. "Yes, it is." The young man smiled. "I am Prince Anon. I've been traveling the countryside, learning about the challenges faced by the villages due to the changing climate. Your village is one I am particularly interested in, as it holds a special place in my heart." Molly's curiosity grew. "How so?" "I spent many summers here as a child, playing in these fields and learning from the villagers. My mother, the Queen, is from this village, and I've always felt a deep connection to this land. But now, I see that the challenges you face are great. The climate is changing, and I want to help." Molly's heart swelled with hope. "What can you do?" "First, I would like to listen to your concerns and learn from your experiences. Then, I can bring this knowledge back to the palace and work on solutions to help your village and others like it." Molly led the prince to her family's shack, where they talked late into the night about the issues facing the village and the possible ways to address them. Anon listened intently, taking notes and asking questions. Molly shared her fears about the future, but also her dreams of a better life for her family and the village. Over the following weeks, Prince Anon worked closely with the villagers, offering resources and expertise to help them adapt to the changing climate. He brought in new farming techniques, such as drought-resistant crops and sustainable irrigation methods. He also arranged for the construction of better storage facilities to protect their harvests from the unpredictable weather. Through their work together, Molly's Buddhist practice played a key role. Her meditation and mindfulness allowed her to approach challenges with a calm and patient demeanor. She often shared teachings with Anand, and he found great wisdom in her insights. The work of Prince Anand and Molly extended beyond their immediate village, as they sought to raise awareness and share their newfound knowledge with neighboring communities. They organized regional gatherings where villagers from different areas could exchange information and learn from each other's experiences. This collaboration fostered a sense of unity and resilience among the villages as they faced the challenges of climate change together. To ensure long-term sustainability, Anand and Molly established a community center focused on climate education and innovation. The center provided resources such as workshops, training, and support for those who wish to implement sustainable practices in their own villages. Molly's dedication to spreading knowledge and empowering others inspired many to take action in their own lives. Molly's efforts to combat climate change did not go unnoticed by the king. Impressed by her dedication and the impact she had made on the region, he invited her to speak at a royal gathering. Molly's eloquent speech about the importance of sustainable practices and community cooperation moved everyone present. Her message resonated with the gathered dignitaries, who pledged to support Molly and Anand's initiatives. As Molly and Anand continued their work, they discovered an ancient, hidden water source deep within the mountains near their village. The discovery held the potential to provide a stable water supply for not only their village but also surrounding areas. With careful planning and conservation efforts, the couple managed to harness the water source to benefit the entire region. One fateful evening, a powerful storm swept through the kingdom, causing widespread damage and flooding. Thanks to the foresight and preparation of Molly and Anand, their village and the surrounding areas were protected. The couple's hard work in building resilience and ensuring sustainable practices paid off, saving countless lives and livelihoods. One evening, as the sun set over the fields, Anand took Molly's hand in his. "Molly, you have brought so much light and hope to this village and to my life. I cannot imagine my future without you by my side. Will you marry me?" Molly's heart raced with joy as she looked into his eyes. "Yes, Anand, I would be honored to marry you." The village celebrated their union with a grand festival. Anand and Molly's love brought new opportunities and hope to the village as they worked together to build a better future. With the prince's support, the village prospered, overcoming the challenges of climate change and thriving once again. After their marriage, Molly moved to Prince Anand's grand and beautiful castle nestled in the heart of the kingdom. The castle was surrounded by gardens filled with vibrant flowers and serene ponds. It was a place of tranquility, a perfect setting for Molly to continue her meditation and practice Buddhism. In her new home, Molly found joy and fulfillment in supporting Anand as he worked to improve the lives of people throughout the kingdom. She also took on the role of advising him on matters of compassion and wisdom, drawing from her Buddhist teachings. Molly and Anand lived happily ever after in the castle, their love and partnership a shining example of how understanding, compassion, and collaboration can bring positive change even in the face of adversity. Through their efforts, the kingdom became a model of sustainable living and harmony with nature. Molly's Buddhist practice continued to guide them, bringing peace and joy to their lives for many years to come. Thank you for taking the time to read this heartwarming tale of love, resilience, and hope. If you enjoyed the story and found inspiration in Molly and Anand's journey, we'd love for you to share it with your friends and family. By spreading their story, you can help bring more positivity and kindness into the world. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, please consider subscribing. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue to share stories that uplift and inspire. Thank you again for being part of our community.